The tech world is abuzz with questions surrounding the complex ecosystem of Elon Musk's ventures as his flagship electric vehicle company Tesla grapples with significant financial headwinds while other ambitious projects simultaneously push the boundaries of innovation. A confluence of intense competition, shifting political tides, and strategic pivots has cast a shadow over the empire, leaving analysts and investors alike pondering the path forward for one of the most influential figures in modern technology. Tesla, the electric car maker at the heart of Musk's industrial complex, recently reported a sharp 16% plunge in profits over the three-month period ending in June, accompanied by a 12% decrease in total revenue to $22.4 billion. Car sales revenue alone dropped 16% compared to a year prior. A stark contrast to the optimistic outlook shareholders held when Tesla stock surged over 50% following President Donald Trump's election in November 2024. Much of those gains have since been erased, signaling a challenging period for the company. Experts point to a surge in electric vehicle EV competition as a primary culprit, with Chinese EV giant BYD notably outperforming Tesla in total car sales last year, even as high tariffs effectively bar BYD vehicles from the U.S. market. Seth Goldstein, an EV sector analyst at Morningstar, noted an apparent drop-off in sales earlier this year as consumers awaited a refresh of the popular Model Y. However, Goldstein also highlighted Tesla's slow pace in releasing an affordable EV model, leaving a significant gap as rivals like BYD, Nissan, and Hyundai flood the market with lower-cost options. Beyond market dynamics, the spotlight has increasingly turned to Elon Musk himself, whose outspoken social media presence and recent, albeit brief, stint in the White House have drawn considerable attention. While experts acknowledge Musk's visionary leadership in pushing Tesla into nascent growth areas like humanoid robots and self-driving taxis, the latter currently undergoing limited testing with 10 to 20 vehicles in a geofenced area of Austin, Texas, they also assign him a share of the blame for the company's current difficulties. Musk is CEO, the buck stops with him. As a CEO in a competitive environment, he's the one who has to have the vision and lead the troops, David Meyer, a senior investment analyst at The Motley Fool, told ABC News. Analysts suggest Musk's political engagements may have caused some distraction, leading to production delays, including that of a more affordable EV model. His tenure in the White House, which concluded in May, seemingly yielded few benefits for Tesla, with the company facing pressure from several Trump administration policies. These include the discontinuation of tax credits for EV buyers, the elimination of regulatory credits that other firms purchased from Tesla, and tariffs on cars and car parts. Compounding these issues, Musk's leadership of the Department of Government Efficiency DOGE sparked protests at Tesla dealerships worldwide, further complicating the company's public image and operational focus. Dan Ives, a managing director of equity research at Wedbush, described it as a dark chapter that investors are eager to move past. The political friction extends beyond policy, with a very public feud erupting between Musk and President Trump. After Trump posted on Truth Social denying reports that he intended to strip Musk's companies of government subsidies, stating he wanted all businesses to thrive, Musk swiftly retorted on X, declaring, "The subsidies he's talking about simply do not exist." He further accused Trump of having already removed or put an expiry date on all sustainable energy support while leaving massive oil and gas subsidies untouched. Musk strongly defended SpaceX's government contracts, asserting they were won by doing a better job for less money, and that moving them to other aerospace companies would leave astronauts stranded and taxpayers on the hook for twice as much. This exchange underscores a critical point. Musk's ventures have indeed been significantly bolstered by government funding, securing over $38 billion since 2007, with nearly two-thirds of that awarded in the past 5 years. This support, spanning federal, state, and local levels, includes contracts, subsidies, tax incentives, and regulatory advantages. SpaceX alone has been a major beneficiary, receiving billions in NASA and Department of Defense contracts, including a recent $5.9 billion contract from the U.S. Space Force through 2029 and approximately $15 billion from NASA for various missions as of 2025. Starlink, SpaceX's satellite internet arm, also secured $6 billion in federal contracts from 2022 to 2023 for broadband expansion. Tesla itself has received over $11 billion in regulatory credits and government incentives, with the $7,500 federal EV tax credit estimated to be worth $1.2 billion annually as of 2025, alongside $1.5 billion in state and local grants for factories. Even Musk's AI company xAI was awarded a $200 million Department of Defense contract in July 2025. The unraveling of the Trump-Musk alliance, sparked by Musk's criticism of Trump's Big Beautiful Bill tax law, has added another layer of complexity to the operational environment of these companies. Amidst these challenges, Musk remains steadfast in his vision for Tesla's future beyond traditional car manufacturing. He stated on a recent earnings call that while the company faces a few rough quarters ahead, humanoid robots and driverless taxis would ultimately make Tesla the most valuable company in the world by far. The limited robotaxi rollout in Austin marks a step, though analysts note the technology's current limitations. The company also showcased its humanoid robot Optimus at an exhibition in China, with Musk envisioning producing over 1 million units annually. Goldstein of Morningstar lauded Musk's strategic shift, saying, "Musk's long-term goal is to transition from an automaker to an AI robotics company that's still on track and making progress. That's where it has greater opportunities to grow a competitive advantage." This diversification push comes as other parts of Musk's empire face their own operational tests. The Starlink satellite internet network, for instance, recently experienced a rare global outage, highlighting the challenges inherent in managing vast and complex technological infrastructures. Looking ahead, Musk's ambition is not confined to the skies or the road. His Boring Company is reportedly planning an underground transportation tunnel in Nashville, Tennessee, connecting downtown to the international airport. This project, which would utilize Tesla vehicles to transport passengers, aims to alleviate Nashville's growing traffic congestion and marks a significant shift from local authorities' previous skepticism. While the official announcement is pending, sources indicate the Tennessee Department of Transportation (TDOT) would lead the project, signaling a tangible move towards a new form of urban transit. The ultimate success of these diverse cutting-edge ventures, from self-driving taxis and humanoid robots to subterranean transport systems, remains to be seen. Yet, as Wed Bush's Ives aptly put it, it might not be the conventional way, but there's only one. Elon Musk suggesting that despite the current turbulence, the tech titan's unique approach continues to command a certain level of confidence in the market. The coming quarters will be crucial in determining whether Musk's audacious bets can steer his companies through their current difficulties and solidify their positions as leaders in the next wave of technological innovation. The political landscape is abuzz with the shifting tides of government efficiency initiatives, as the controversial Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE), a brainchild of entrepreneur Elon Musk, faces significant personnel changes at the federal level, while its influence continues to ripple through state legislatures. On Friday, July 25, 2025, news broke of the impending departure of Tyler Hassan, a key aide who had been spearheading the overhaul of the Department of the Interior, underscoring the complexities and criticisms inherent in these ambitious efforts to streamline public administration. Tyler Hassan, a former Texas oil executive who had previously served on Elon Musk's cost-cutting team, confirmed his decision to leave the Interior Department, stating his 6-month commitment had come to a close and expressing gratitude for the honor of a lifetime to serve our great country under President Trump's historic administration. Hassan's tenure at the Interior Department, however, was marked by controversy. Initially appointed as an assistant secretary for policy management and budget, his role was later reclassified to Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary in April, a move that bypassed the need for Senate confirmation. This lack of traditional oversight, coupled with the broad authority granted to him by Interior Secretary Doug Burgum to consolidate, unify and optimize the agency, which manages over 500 million acres of public land and employs some 70,000 people, drew sharp criticism from Democrats and environmental activists. Senator Martin Heinrich, a Democrat from New Mexico, lambasted the decision, writing in a letter to Secretary Burgum that delegating sweeping authorities and responsibilities to a non-Senate-confirmed person in violation of the Vacancies Reform Act is baffling and extremely troubling. The federal DOGE itself has been a point of contention, operating outside the traditional government agency framework yet wielding significant power to cut staff and spending. Its founder Elon Musk has reportedly distanced himself from DOGE in recent months. A move said to coincide with a souring relationship with President Trump and faltering sales of his Tesla electric vehicles. Interior spokesperson Aubrey Spady lauded Hassan as a true American patriot whose dedicated work to make the department more efficient will be felt for generations to come. Hassan is expected to conclude his service on August 1st. Meanwhile, the philosophy of government efficiency championed by the federal DOGE is clearly inspiring similar initiatives at the state level. In Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis announced the first round of audits by the state's own Department of Government Efficiency, also abbreviated DOGE, targeting local governments in Broward County, Manatee County, and the city of Gainesville. This state-level DOGE aims to reduce unnecessary government spending by focusing on financial waste, fraud, and abuse. Notably, spending related to diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives has also been explicitly placed in the crosshairs, indicating a broader ideological agenda beyond mere fiscal prudence. Simultaneously, the Idaho legislature's DOGE panel is reportedly looking to reorganize and reduce state government, echoing the sentiment of shrinking government size and expenditure seen at both federal and other state levels. These state-led efforts signify a concerted multi-front push to redefine government operations, often leveraging the same efficiency narrative that has characterized the federal DOGE's approach. The convergence of these events highlights a critical juncture in the ongoing debate about government size, accountability, and the influence of private sector methodologies on public service. Tyler Hassan's departure from the Interior Department, set against the backdrop of Elon Musk's distancing from the federal DOGE, raises questions about the long-term viability and political sustainability of such unconventional, broad-reaching efficiency initiatives at the federal level. Yet, the rapid adoption and implementation of similar DOGE programs in states like Florida and Idaho suggest that the underlying drive for government reorganization and cost-cutting remains a potent force in American politics. The coming months will likely reveal whether these state-level efforts can navigate the same political and operational criticisms that have plagued their federal counterpart, and what the lasting impact will be on public services and governmental structures across the nation. Tesla, a company long synonymous with audacious ambition and disruptive innovation, finds itself navigating a complex landscape this week, marked by both a bold push into new service territories and immediate regulatory friction. As the electric vehicle giant reportedly prepares to launch its robotaxi service in San Francisco, it simultaneously celebrates the opening of a unique retro-futuristic supercharger diner in Los Angeles, painting a picture of a company expanding its vision while grappling with the realities of deployment. According to a Business Insider report published Friday, July 25, 2025, Tesla informed staff of its intent to roll out its highly anticipated robotaxi service in San Francisco this very weekend. This move would significantly advance previous timelines and represent a major step in CEO Elon Musk's long-held vision for autonomous ride-hailing. Musk himself had alluded to this expansion during a recent stakeholder meeting, stating, "We are expecting to greatly increase the service area to well in excess of what competitors are doing, hopefully in a week or two, and projecting that autonomous ride-hailing could reach half the population of the U.S. by the end of the year, pending regulatory approvals." He emphasized a cautious approach aiming for a hyper-exponential rate of increase in service areas and vehicles. However, the rapid deployment plan immediately hit a significant regulatory snag. ABC 7 San Francisco reported on Friday that the California Public Utilities Commission (CPUC) confirmed Tesla has not applied for nor received the necessary authorization to operate autonomous vehicles for public passenger service, whether paid or unpaid, with or without a safety driver, in the state. Terry Prosper, Director of Strategic Communications at the CPUC, explicitly stated in an email to ABC 7 News Tesla has not received approval from the CPUC to offer autonomous passenger service to customers paid or unpaid with or without a driver, nor has the company applied. While Tesla holds a charter party carrier TCP permit, this permit only allows for traditional vehicles with human drivers, not autonomous ones. The CPUC clarified that a recent notification from Tesla on July 24 indicating an expansion of operations under its TCP permit to include friends, family, and select members of the public, and to broaden its geofence across the Bay Area, is only permissible for non-autonomous vehicles with human drivers. This creates considerable uncertainty about what form, if any, the robotaxi service could take in California this weekend. Experts are weighing in on the challenges. Professor Scott Mora, acting director of Berkeley's Institute of Transportation Studies, noted that even in Austin, Texas, where Tesla's robotaxi service recently rolled out, it began with a safety driver and is currently invite-only, suggesting a long road ahead before public rides are widely available. Ahmed Banafa, a tech expert and professor of engineering at San Jose State, pointed to reported issues in Austin, including phantom braking, where vehicles stop without reason, and dropping off the passengers in very dangerous areas like the intersections, taking wrong turns. Luke Bornheimer, executive director of Streets Forward, voiced concerns about the potential for autonomous vehicles to introduce a dangerous element to the city and increase car traffic moving against the city's desired direction. The California DMV also confirmed that while Tesla has a driver testing permit since 2014 allowing operations with a safety driver for testing purposes without collecting fees, the company has not applied for permits for either driverless testing or deployment. This regulatory wall underscores the inherent complexities and safety scrutiny involved in deploying advanced autonomous technology. Mora highlighted that the ultimate test for Tesla will be to demonstrate a better safety record than human driving, a benchmark that demands rigorous validation. He also linked Tesla's accelerated timeline to a broader global technology race in AI and robotics, indicating that the drive isn't solely about ride-hailing profits but also about advancing foundational AI. Amidst these regulatory challenges, Tesla unveiled a tangible manifestation of its broader vision for customer experience, a retro-futuristic supercharger diner in Los Angeles. CNBC reported on Friday that the two-story restaurant, constructed with a Cybertruck-inspired steel exterior, features 80 charging stalls and two 66-foot megascreens playing a rotation of films and Tesla videos. This concept, first teased by Elon Musk in 2018, was finally realized this week, offering 24/7 service of classic American comfort food to both EV owners and the general public. Early patrons praised the unique aesthetic, with one Taju remarking, "It's pretty cool. It has a very vintage vibe but futuristic vibe at the same time." Another Model 3 owner, Don, noted, "I would bring friends from out of town, they would be very impressed coming to a place like this." Adding to the spectacle, Tesla's Optimus humanoid robot was on display, playfully serving popcorn to guests, attracting long lines less than 24 hours after opening. Musk has indicated that if successful, similar diner supercharger stations could open in other major cities, showcasing a vertical integration strategy aimed at enhancing the charging experience and fostering brand loyalty. These developments occur against a backdrop of recent financial pressures for Tesla, with reports indicating a drop in sales and profits in the latest quarter. This context might explain some of the urgency behind the accelerated robotaxi rollout plans. Indeed, investor Cathie Wood of ARK Invest, known for her bullish stance on Tesla, was reported by Investors Business Daily on Friday to have bought the dip, signaling continued confidence in the company's long-term trajectory despite short-term headwinds. Tesla's recent activities underscore a pivotal moment for the company, balancing its ambitious technological advancements with the practicalities of regulatory compliance and market acceptance. While the retro-futuristic diner offers a glimpse into a more integrated, lifestyle-oriented future for EV ownership, the immediate regulatory hurdles facing its robotaxi ambitions highlight the significant challenges that remain in the path to truly autonomous mobility. The coming months will be critical in determining how Tesla navigates these complexities, demonstrating whether its bold vision can seamlessly integrate with the established frameworks of public safety and regulation, ultimately shaping the future of both transportation and integrated consumer experiences. As the dawn approaches on Florida's Space Coast, SpaceX stands poised for yet another significant launch, underscoring its relentless operational tempo and pivotal role in global connectivity and space exploration. This Saturday, a Falcon 9 rocket is slated to lift off from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station at 4:34 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time 0834 UTC, carrying the latest batch of 28 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. This mission, designated Starlink 10-26, marks the 91st Falcon 9 launch of the year, a testament to the company's unparalleled cadence and the efficiency of its reusable rocket technology. The Falcon 9 first stage booster tail number B1078 is making its 22nd flight, a remarkable feat that includes previous missions like Crew 6 USSF 124 and 17 prior Starlink deployments. Following liftoff, B1078 aims for a precision landing on the drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas which, if successful, would be the 119th touchdown for this vessel and SpaceX's 480th booster landing to date. With a 95% chance of favorable weather, the conditions appear optimal for this early morning launch. This upcoming Starlink deployment arrives at a particularly dynamic time for the satellite internet constellation, following a week of notable highs and an unexpected stumble. Just days prior, on Saturday, July 19, SpaceX successfully launched 24 Starlink satellites from Vandenberg Space Force Base, pushing the total number of Starlink satellites on orbit past the 8,000 mark for the first time, according to expert orbital tracker Jonathan McDowell. This expansion of the constellation is critical for Starlink's rapidly growing service, which has already extended its reach to 115 countries, with Sri Lanka and Chad being the most recent additions in July 2025 since its public beta testing began in the United States in 2020. Adding to the recent triumphs, Wednesday, July 23, saw a major advancement in connectivity as U.S. cellular giant T-Mobile announced the full rollout of its T-Satellite service. This groundbreaking initiative leverages Starlink's direct-to-cell capabilities, promising seamless cellular connectivity for users across the United States. T-Mobile CEO Mike Sievert highlighted the significance of this development on social media, noting that the service would also be made available to customers of rival carriers Verizon and AT&T, a move that could redefine mobile communication in remote and underserved areas. However, the week also brought a rare setback. On Thursday, July 24, Starlink users worldwide experienced a global network outage that began around 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time 2000 UTC. The disruption, lasting over 2 hours, prompted a swift response from SpaceX leadership. Founder Elon Musk took to his social media platform X to apologize for the incident, assuring users that SpaceX will remedy root cause to ensure it doesn't happen again. Michael Nichols, vice president of Starlink engineering at SpaceX, later provided more detail, stating that the outage was due to failure of key internal software services that operate the core network. He reiterated the company's commitment to reliability, emphasizing a full root cause analysis to prevent recurrence. With service largely restored within 2.5 hours of the initial acknowledgement. Beyond its own Starlink constellation, SpaceX continues to be an indispensable partner for NASA, facilitating critical missions to the International Space Station (ISS). NASA recently announced media accreditation for SpaceX's 33rd Commercial Resupply Services mission (CRS-33) to the orbital laboratory, targeting no earlier than Thursday, August 21. This Falcon 9 and Dragon spacecraft launch from Cape Canaveral will deliver vital scientific investigations, supplies, and equipment. The diverse cargo includes bone-forming stem cells for studying bone loss prevention, materials to 3D print medical implants, bioprinted liver tissue for blood vessel development, research in microgravity, and supplies for 3D printing metal cubes in space, all designed to advance scientific knowledge and prepare for future human exploration of the Moon and Mars. In human spaceflight, SpaceX is also gearing up for its next astronaut mission. The Crew Dragon capsule Endeavour was recently moved to the hangar at historic Pad 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in preparation for the Crew 11 mission. Scheduled for liftoff on July 31, Endeavour will carry 4 astronauts, NASA's Zena Cardman and Mike Fink, Japan's Kamiya Yui and Oleg Platonov of Russia's Roscosmos, to the ISS for a 6-month stay. This mission will mark the first spaceflight for Cardman and Platonov and the 6th for Endeavour, which holds the distinction of being the first SpaceX capsule to fly astronauts during the Demo 2 test mission in 2020. Crew 11 is SpaceX's 11th operational astronaut mission for NASA, complementing its other crewed flights, including private missions for Axiom Space and free-flying orbital journeys. SpaceX's operations in late July and August paint a vivid picture of a company operating at the vanguard of space technology. The sheer volume of Falcon 9 launches enabled by sophisticated reusability is rapidly transforming access to space. While the recent Starlink outage highlights the inherent complexities and challenges of managing a global satellite network, the swift response and transparent communication underscore the company's commitment to service reliability. Simultaneously, SpaceX's continued support for NASA's ISS resupply and crew rotation missions solidifies its role as a cornerstone of U.S. human spaceflight, facilitating groundbreaking research and sustained human presence in orbit. As Starlink expands its capabilities with direct-to-cell services and new frontiers of human exploration beckon, SpaceX's multifaceted endeavors continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, promising a future where space is more accessible and connectivity more pervasive than ever before. In a series of bold pronouncements and strategic maneuvers, Elon Musk, the enigmatic figure at the helm of Tesla, SpaceX and X, appears to be ushering in a new era of aggressive expansion across his formidable tech empire. The recent flurry of announcements signals a profound shift in focus and an intensified competitive stance, particularly in the rapidly evolving artificial intelligence landscape and the quest to redefine social media monetization. Perhaps the most striking revelation came from Musk himself admitting a significant change in his long-held stance on artificial intelligence. On X, formerly Twitter, he confessed, "I resisted AI for too long, living in denial. Now it is game on." This declaration marks a pivotal moment considering Musk's history as both an early investor in AI, notably co-founding ChatGPT maker OpenAI in 2015, and a vocal critic who once labeled uncontrolled AI development as humanity's biggest existential threat. His newfound, more aggressive pivot from caution to action is underscored by the continued expansion of xAI, his startup launched in 2023 specifically to challenge industry titans like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic. The decision to tag Tesla, SpaceX, and xAI in his post suggests a deeper integration and leverage of AI across his diverse portfolio, transforming what was once a source of existential dread into a central pillar of his future ambitions. This strategic shift follows a recent comment by NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, who reportedly called Musk a superhuman, possibly influencing Musk's public acknowledgement of his renewed commitment. Concurrently, Musk's social media platform X is forging ahead with ambitious plans to diversify its revenue streams and re-engage its audience. In a significant move, X recently announced an exclusive partnership with BetMGM, plunging the platform into the burgeoning sports gambling arena. This collaboration will see X integrate BetMGM's live odds information and branding directly into its interface for U.S. users, starting with NFL pro football and expanding to other major professional and college sports. While X will not directly facilitate wagers, the odds interface will provide a seamless click-through to BetMGM's app or website, enabling users to place bets where legally permissible. BetMGM CEO Adam Greenblatt lauded the agreement, stating X is the center of the sports world's conversation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Being directly accessible within that forum is an unprecedented opportunity to expand our reach to a passionate and engaged audience. Ex-CEO Linda Yaccarino echoed this sentiment, adding, "Sports never sleep on X, and now with our strategic partnership with BetMGM, fans are practically in the front row." This move is a clear attempt to bolster X's financial standing, which has faced considerable challenges since Musk's $44 billion acquisition of Twitter in 2022. Reports indicate that X's valuation has plummeted by over 50% to $19 billion, with advertising revenue plunging as much as 60% amidst ongoing concerns about hate speech and misinformation. To counter this, Musk has openly discussed a shift towards a small monthly payment for use of the X system, even testing a $1 per year to write model in select markets, signaling a radical departure from the traditional ad-supported social media paradigm. Further illustrating X's push for innovation and content diversification, Musk has also revealed plans to revive Vine, the beloved short-form video app that Twitter acquired and later shut down. Crucially, the return of Vine is slated to be in AI form, hinting at a technologically advanced iteration that could leverage artificial intelligence for content creation, curation, or user interaction. While the specifics remain under wraps, this move signifies X's intent to explore new content formats and potentially tap into the creator economy more aggressively, albeit with early public reactions suggesting a degree of skepticism or nostalgia for the original platform. These concurrent developments paint a vivid picture of Elon Musk's strategy, an aggressive multi-front offensive aimed at cementing his influence across critical technological sectors. From a renewed direct engagement with the cutting edge of AI development through XAI to the radical restructuring and monetization of X through ventures like sports gambling partnerships and the revival of classic platforms with an AI twist, Musk is clearly signaling a game-on mentality that extends far beyond just artificial intelligence. The coming months will undoubtedly reveal the true impact of these audacious plays on industry, competition, user experience, and the very future of how we interact with technology. In a significant leap towards redefining human capabilities, Elon Musk's Neuralink, a company at the forefront of brain-computer interface BCI technology, has reportedly joined a groundbreaking study aimed at developing an AI-powered bionic eye. This ambitious collaboration, confirmed by reports from Bloomberg Business Standard and Investing.com on July 25 and 26, 2025, signals a pivotal expansion of Neuralink's mission beyond its initial focus on neurological disorders to encompass sensory restoration and enhancement. The partnership sees Neuralink contributing its expertise to a University of California study, specifically with UC Santa Barbara, to engineer a bionic eye system. While details of the collaboration remain under wraps, the AI-powered descriptor in the Investing.com report suggests a highly sophisticated device likely leveraging artificial intelligence to process visual data and transmit it directly to the brain via Neuralink's advanced implants. This initiative holds immense promise for individuals suffering from various forms of visual impairment, potentially offering a pathway to restore sight or even augment natural vision. The move underscores Neuralink's strategic intent to translate its core BCI technology into practical applications that directly address profound human challenges, moving from theoretical brain-computer links to tangible sensory inputs. This latest development aligns with Neuralink's broader, often audacious vision to bridge the gap between human consciousness and artificial intelligence. The company, founded by Elon Musk, has long articulated goals ranging from treating neurological conditions like paralysis and blindness to ultimately enabling a symbiotic relationship between humans and AI. The Bionic Eye project is a concrete manifestation of this latter ambition, pushing the boundaries of what's medically and technologically possible. The high expectations surrounding Neuralink's work are perhaps best encapsulated by Alexander Wang, founder of Scale AI, who recently stated he is waiting for Elon Musk's Neuralink before he has kids, a sentiment reported by MSN on July 25, 2025. While a dramatic personal declaration, Wang's comment highlights the profound societal anticipation and belief in Neuralink's potential to fundamentally alter human existence, suggesting a future where technological integration could redefine life's most basic decisions and experiences. The impetus behind such cutting-edge research stems from a confluence of factors: the relentless drive for human advancement, the pressing need for innovative solutions to debilitating medical conditions, and the accelerating pace of developments in artificial intelligence and neuroscience. Neuralink's entry into the bionic eye field represents a convergence of these forces, aiming to harness sophisticated neural interfaces and AI algorithms to bypass damaged biological pathways. The impact could be transformative, not only offering hope for millions affected by vision loss but also setting a precedent for future biodigital interfaces that could enhance other senses or cognitive functions. However, such advancements inevitably raise complex ethical questions about human enhancement, data privacy, and the very definition of humanity, discussions that will undoubtedly intensify as these technologies mature. As Neuralink continues its ambitious trajectory, the bionic eye project stands as a testament to its commitment to pushing the frontiers of human-computer integration. While significant technical, regulatory, and ethical hurdles remain, the collaboration with UC Santa Barbara marks a critical step towards a future where technology can not only restore lost senses but potentially unlock new dimensions of human perception. The coming years will undoubtedly reveal the true scope of this endeavor and its potential to reshape our understanding of what it means to see and ultimately to be human.